Decisive, How to Make Better Choices in Life and Work, by Chip and Dan Heath. There are 4 villains of decision making. 1. Narrow framing, the tendency to define our choices too narrowly, to see them in binary terms, A or B. 2. Bias confirmation, seeking out information that bolsters our beliefs. 3. Short-term emotion, being swayed by emotions that will fade. 4. Overconfidence, having too much faith in our predictions. According to a study, process mattered more than analysis, by a factor of 1 to 6. To fight these decisions villains, the Heath brothers proposed the RAP framework. Widen your options, reality test your assumptions, attain distance before deciding, prepare to be wrong. Widen your options to avoid a narrow frame. Teenagers get trapped in a narrow frame. Should I go to the party or not? According to Nut research, only 29% of organizations considered more than one alternative, compared to 30% of teens. Often our options are far more plentiful than we think. Focusing on our current options means that other things are out of our spotlight. So, how do we escape the narrow frame? 1. Think about opportunity cost. As Eisenhower in 1953 said, the cost of one heavy bomber is 1 modern school in more than 30 cities, or 2 electric plants for 60,000 people. What else could we do with the same time and money? 2. Try the vanishing options test. You cannot choose any of the current options you're considering. What else could you do? The vanishing option forces you to move your spotlight somewhere else. Like the old saying, necessity is the mother of invention. 3. Use Multitrack, consider more than one option simultaneously. For example, assign the same task to multiple teams. When you consider multiple options simultaneously, you learn better the shape of the problem. When creatives develop ads simultaneously, they scored higher on creativity and effectiveness. Multitracking also keeps egos in check, and you can actually work faster. While paralysis for analysis can be a concern for some people, who consider many options, we recommend only 1 or 2 extra, however the payoff of this can be huge. Beware of sham options. To get the benefits of multitracking, we need to produce options that are meaningfully distinct. 4. Find someone who has solved your problem. When you need more options but feel stuck, look for someone who's solved your problem. Look outside, competitive analysis, benchmarking, best practices. As Sam Walton discovered an ingenious checkout solution by scoping out another store. Look inside, find your bright spots. Kaiser's leaders found and scaled a solution for sepsis pioneered by one of their own hospitals. What can you learn from your own bright spots? Encode your greatest hits in a decision playlist. A checklist stops people from making an error, a playlist stimulates new ideas. Advertisers H&J use a playlist to spark lots of creative ideas quickly. A playlist for budget cuts might include a prompt to switch between the prevention and promotion mindsets. Can you cut more here and invest more there? 5. Ladder up via analogies. Lower rungs show close analogies, low risk and low novelty. While higher rungs reveal more distant solutions, higher risk and higher novelty. Fiona Fairhurst designed a speedier swimsuit by laddering up and analyzing anything that moves faster, including sharks and torpedoes. Reality test your assumptions. 1. Consider the opposite. Since we have confirmation bias, and we hunt for information that confirms our initial assumptions, which are often self-serving, we need to spark constructive disagreement within our organizations. Designate a devil's advocate. Use tools like murder boards. How can you kill the idea? What would have to be true for this worse option to be the very best choice? Probing questions can backfire in situations with a power dynamic. Better use open-ended questions. Can we force ourselves to consider the opposite of our instincts? Assuming positive intent can spurs us to interpret someone's actions/words in a more positive light. 2. Zoom out, zoom in. The inside view is our evaluation of our specific situation. The outside view and how things generally unfold. The outside view is more accurate, but most people gravitate to the inside view. If you can't find the base rate for your decision, ask an expert, but do not take into account his prediction for the future. Use the close-up to add texture, details that are missing from the outside view. This creates intuition to complement the view. 3. Run small experiments. To test your theories, rather than jumping in headfirst, we dip a toe in. For example, physical therapy students volunteer for at least 100 hours before they enroll. Entrepreneurs Rather than create business forecasts, they go out and try things. For example, Cars Direct asked, "Can we sell one car other the internet?" Start small, then jump big. Watch out, running small experiments is counterproductive for situations that require commitment. Attain distance before deciding. 1. Overcome short-term emotion. Fleeting emotions tempt us to make decisions that are bad in the long term. For example, car salesmen are trained to prey on customers' emotions to close a deal quickly. To overcome distracting short-term emotions, we need to attain some distance. Use the 10-10-10 formula. How would you feel 10 minutes from making the decision? How would you feel 10 months from now? How would you feel 10 years from now? Our short-term emotions play against us. We like what's familiar to us. Losses are more painful than gains are pleasant. 2. Honor your core priorities. Agonizing decisions are often a sign of a conflict among your core priorities. What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of organization do you want to build? By identifying and clearing your core priorities, you make it easier to resolve present and future dilemmas. At Interplast, recurring and nagging debates were settled when executives determined that the patient was the ultimate customer. To carve out space to pursue our core priorities, we must go on the offense against lesser priorities. For example, Jim Collins stopped doing list, "What would you give up so that you have more time to spend on your priorities?" Prepare to be wrong. 1. Bookend the future. The future is not a point, a single scenario that we must predict, it is a range. We should bookend the future, considering a range of outcomes from very bad to very good. Our predictions grow more accurate when we stretch our bookends outwards. To prepare for the lower bookend, we need premortem. It is a year from now. Our decision has failed utterly. Why? To be ready for the upper bookend, we need a preparate. It is a year from now. We are heroes. Will we be ready for success? The producer for Soft Soap, hoping for a huge national launch, locked down the supply of plastics pumps for 18 to 24 months. To prepare for what can't be foreseen, we can use a safety factor. For example, elevator cables are made 11 times stronger than needed it. 2. Set a tripwire. In life, we naturally slip into autopilot, leaving past decisions unquestioned. Establishing a tripwire can snap us awake and make us realize we have a choice. For example, Zappos offers $1,000 to all new hires after 2 weeks in the company, if they decide that they are not a good fit, or that they will not excel in the company. They get paid to leave. Tripwires can be especially useful when change is gradual. We tend to escalate our investment in poor decisions. Partitions can help rein that in. For example, we won't allocate more than $50,000 to jumpstart this failing project. Tripwires create a safe space for risk-taking. 1. They cap the risk. 2. Quiet your mind until the trigger is hit. Tripwires can provide a precious realization. We have another choice to make. Now, you know the wrap process to help you make the best decisions. Go and make the best choices for you and your company. If you like the video, subscribe for more valuable content.